Hi everyone, welcome back. We're at the end of February, so I'm going to do just a bit of a recap of the month for me. Second month into the year, and it's time to have a bit of a look back. As a reminder, I try to focus on 3 things that went good for me during the month, 3 things that were not so good for me during the month, and just try to get a refocus of where I want things to go in the coming month, and that helps me keep on top of my goals and have an idea, a way to visualize, I guess, my plans that I have moving forward. So the not so good, we'll start with that. I think you can tell the overwhelming thing for me is that I've been sick. It's lasted almost just over 2 weeks now. And it's pretty much going to take up all 3 of my things that have gone not so great for the month. I'm rarely sick, generally, and it's really knocked me for a 6, that's for sure. I probably should have taken a couple more days off of work than what I did. I only took 1 day off. Or I should have changed the kind of work that I was doing, so instead of doing so much field work, maybe I should have scaled it back. But that's kind of the problem in my industry. If the weather's good, I've got to be out there and make hay while the sun shines. Otherwise, I won't get the data, I won't be able to analyse it, get it written up into a manuscript, get it out to publishers and try to get it published within a reasonable time frame. So there's always that pressure on my back. And so I think I pushed a bit harder than I should have. Yeah, I've definitely felt it. I couldn't work out super well this week, well actually no, this month either. I've been very tired, very weak. This cough has been really limiting in what I've been able to do. And so I've gotten behind in kind of my fitness, I've gotten behind in my health, I've gotten a little bit behind in my work, and I've also gotten behind in things at home, and that's all these things together feel overwhelming. And they've definitely flowed onto each other throughout the month. And that's made things a little bit harder for me on top of being sick. So this is something that I'm really hoping that I can get back on track before I get into March, or get too far into March, I should probably say. Let's move on to the good. I did better with eating less meat, and that was a goal from last month for February for me. And I'm really happy with that. I've been trying to expand my diet and include other, fruits and veggies and things that I think are going to help my body and give my body the kind of stuff that I need. And keeping in mind, that I need the kind of things that we get from meat, like iron and stuff as well, to make sure that that's not a big problem that's impacting on my health as well. I want to try and continue that. I don't think at this stage that I want to give up meat completely, but it's something that I think in the long term I'll probably try and work towards. I've also started yoga, and it's definitely been helping. I have definitely felt some ease and more just comfort in motion, really, I guess, from the limited amount that I've done, but I've noticed that immediately after I've done it, I've felt quite good and relaxed and limber, I guess. I plan to continue it and do it more often, mostly because as I've been so unwell, I haven't actually been able to do that much of it. And I've just had such a massive hold on fitness for almost the entire month that, I wouldn't say at all that what I attempted with my yoga practice was anywhere near what would be considered a good attempt at it. So I'm definitely going to keep that going. The other thing that I think is important that I achieved this month that I think perhaps we overlook a little bit more is something that really impacted and lifted my mental health. So I really prioritised seeing important friends and family during this month, and that has had such a positive impact on my well-being, my internal well-being. For the most part, I'd probably say I'm a little bit of a loner, but even being a little bit of a loner, we're still social beings, and I still crave that social connection especially meaningful social connection with people that I care about and people that have such a good impact on my life and help lift me up, and and I try to do the same for them. And so I was really happy that I made time this month to see friends and family that I don't get to see as often as I'd like. Some of it is due to distance, like I don't get to see my family that often because they just live too far away. And I'm talking, 12 hours in a car to get there, and I don't own a car. So that's, a bit difficult. And then other friends where it's just been lifestyle and busyness and work and priorities and that kind of stuff. We're just always missing each other for when we're available and when we're free. So I'm glad I really prioritised seeing some friends, important friends this month. Okay, so now let's kind of move on to the last part, which is looking at a refocus for March. What do I want to focus on for the coming month? The first thing is that I want to bring my workouts back into line. This is going to be a slow build to ensure that I don't go backwards and make myself unwell again, make myself sick. I'm not afraid really of having lost out on too much fitness in this time, because I really need to prioritise putting my health first, and my fitness can come after. It can supplement what I can do if I've got a healthy body. I really need to focus on getting my health back so that I can then get my workouts back. But the aim is to get the workouts back into line. The workouts are also going to help in general terms in getting my fitness back on track. I've got a couple of events this month that I want to do, and that I want to do in such a way that I'm proud of the effort that I put in. That I'm not competing with a niggling pain or injury or illness. And so that's, I've got the Spartan coming up, which I'm excited to do. And then I've also got, towards the end of March, some hiking in an overseas trip that I'm doing. So I also want to make sure that my body is ready to go for that kind of travel and to do that kind of hiking whilst I'm overseas. The real general refocus for March is that I get my body back on track. So I'm hoping that this cold will go away soon. I'm trying to make sure that I'm taking the right kind of vitamins and the right, filling my lunches and dinners with plenty of veggies, and just trying to get as much as I can, as much nutrition as I can into me to, bring my body back to what it was before I got sick. And then once that's done, get into the fitness side of things, get myself back to the gym and the regular workouts that I like to do, take the dog running. I haven't taken her running in a while, and I feel so guilty about that. And just, get myself back into my routine so things don't build up and overwhelm me, because everything's kind of falling a bit out of place. Speaking of which, I've just remembered that I've got some laundry I've got to hang out. I'll do that straight after this. So, as always, if you like, subscribe. I'd love to hear how your February has gone. Maybe you've had some super fantastic wins or gains this month that you're really proud of. Maybe you're like me and you're struggling a little bit. Hopefully you're not sick like I'm sick. So subscribe, share. Even I would love to hear how things have gone for you throughout the month, like whether or not you've tried out some of the tips that I mentioned for how to, how I start my day off, or if you've, changed some things in your diet, or you have tips for how I should maybe change my diet or look at things in my diet, and whether or not you know how to quit things when you should quit and really take care of your body the way that I guess I haven't really been taking care of my body in the last month. But I'll get back on track, and I'm looking forward to what the new month is going to bring and the couple of adventures that I've got sorted for March. So until next week, bye!